Um, do you mind if I say something? Yeah.
Of course.
I really it's a really great topic. I must say, you could talk about different topic, not just abuse. Like what you think about trauma stuck in the body? Like professionals think fitness and that kind of thing solves it, but for me personally, I think trauma is stored in the body. I've experienced it a few times in my life, but I experienced it in the last 9 months giving birth and to my baby boy. And my feelings went numb, which is normal. Like, but because I listened to meditation from being traumatized to being peaceful, so I got my baby out safe. So thank God I listened to meditation and peaceful. But at the same time, professionals, like for example, I mean in the hospitals, not counselors and that in the hospital rotundas, for example. This year your body actually tells you when it wants to heal. And I'm finding it the last while that I said to them, he said, what you need help? I said, my body is I can feel is stored. My trauma is stored in my body and I can feel it. It's like my body is, I want it out now. Like your body tells you when you need to heal. And they don't understand. Like for example, I feel someone said to me last Friday, and it took away that heavy feeling inside me. I said, oh my God, that's how I was feeling. I felt because my baby and me were connected to pregnancy, you're connected. I felt he went through it. And everyone says, he's too young to understand and rubbish. Like my mum had a bit of trauma before I came here.
Rubbish, exactly. It's
before
absolutely.
I came here.
You nailed it. Yes.
I think even though he's really happy now, oh my God, he's actually so active. But I still sense, I can sense it from him that he knows. Of course, he knows, like, because maybe different sounds he might jump because he's not aware of what different sounds. It could be a play. Once you say to him, it's okay, you're safe, you're okay. And like this, I've gone through abuse, my father, so I'm trying to break that thing, like telling me so important. And I know myself, I've got healing done today, and she does on children, and I'm gonna get my baby to do it. Even though he's so young, because I know he is carrying it, and I think that's part of me as a new mother is carrying him, which is normal, I know, but I think what you're saying, everything is so, it can be different topics on different trauma things, trauma is, I've learned so much. I don't regret what I've gone through, because I learned so much as you go along, but I learned so much, like, about my trauma, about it's stored in the body and the muscles. I found today that my body felt it in the healing, really went back. But it felt good because I was experiencing it, and people don't realize, like, I don't know about you, even with abuse, sexual abuse, I've gone through that and that, but people don't realize that even if you dealt with it at the time, like, okay, why am I having this? Yeah, okay, I have this for keeping my baby safe and put meditation on. It's your body that hasn't got time to process it.
Absolutely. Now, let me just say,
And I'm learning this as I
this-
go along
this
with
is
my own
beautiful.
abuse that I've gone through.
This
What?
is beautiful. This is beautiful because you are absolutely remembering who you are by saying that you can feel it in your body, by saying
I can.
that you're aware of it in your baby. This is you remembering and knowing. And this is the beginning. This is the beginning of absolutely, because when we think of trauma bonding, we only tend to think of it in like maybe 3 dimensions. Physical, emotional, mental. Three tiny dimensions in your first simple organization of information of who you are, not any of the rest of it. And I'm telling you, you have 15 chakras and you exist in 12, 15 dimensions. The trauma is held there as memory into the whole collection of who you are. Your body is just the tip of the iceberg.
It's so interesting. It's a really big topic.
It is.
This whole thing, because when you experience a birth trauma, because you experience that other trauma can be triggered, but it only because it's remembering what the trauma feels like.
Yes.
You know, but it's just like, I don't regret anything. I'm glad because he's so happy, and so he's like, he's just, he's 9 months, like, but I feel because I've gone through, I learned so much about, and of course it's, as you say, I don't know, as was saying, why do you go through this? Maybe because to heal other stuff.
It's
beautiful.
That hasn't,
that you feel like you healed it, but
you've healed something.
It's triggered in certain ways, and these professionals in the health, like, if you have pain, just go through it, like, physical exercise is great. I said, yeah, I know it's a big part of me in my life, but and their response was like last Friday was, and I realized my intuition saying, no, I'm the voice for other women that can't speak up what they've gone through.
Let me share something with you for a minute, because it's a little bit of an analogy. Let's imagine that you have a broken bone in your leg. It's not quite protruding out of your leg, but it's broken. Now, on the outside of your leg, there's a bruise. On the inside of your leg, there's muscle soreness because the break has damaged the muscle. You're in pain because the break has damaged the nerves around where the area is breaking. What happens is people will say, oh, look at that bruise. Let's take care of that bruise. Then someone else will say, oh my goodness, look at that damaged bruise and muscle damage. Oh, let's take care of that. And then someone will say, oh, look, bruise, muscle damage, nerve pain. Oh my goodness, let's take care of that. Meanwhile, your leg is still broken. And no one has yet gotten to the point that your leg is broken.
It makes sense, actually. Totally.
This, if you think of a break in your soul in this way, it's a break in your soul. And it's to get to the point where the break in the soul is recognized as the cause for all the rest of the damage from inside the body out.
All down the line.
All down the line. This includes space and time, because I will share with you that before my baby became sick with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, I had a dream. We were in a past life together. I was his mother. I didn't want him. He was the child of rape. I had to, my job was baking bread every day, day in and day out, a long time ago, thousands of years ago. And he was like, something I had to take care of. I didn't really want him. I had gotten pregnant because of rape in the household I was in. I didn't have any rights. I was a slave. My master wanted me to sleep with one of his guests. I didn't have any right to say no. And then at one point, there was a moment where we heard this great cry. It was a big household that we're in. And we were all standing around the upper level looking to see what had happened in the interior garden. And the master had fallen dead. And it was very shocking. But in that culture, the servants were to follow the master in death. So there was a man sitting on a stone ledge, like 3 stories high. And then my baby was sitting on the ledge next to the man, and I was sort of leaning on the ledge. Well, the manservant knew that it was going to be his next move to join his master in death. So he jumped off the ledge. And my baby was like a toddler, and he thought this was a game. And he leaped off the ledge. And I was—
So this was all in the dream, yeah?
Absolutely. Let me finish. And
yeah,
then
okay.
Oh my God. And I pushed myself over the ledge to try to catch his little hand. Grazed his fingers, couldn't catch him, watched him bounce, 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 bounce down stone steps, breaking his neck, right? And I'm running, I'm screaming behind him, and I pick him up. He's dead already because he broke his neck.
Awesome.
All right. Now hang on.
Yeah, I know.
So I wake up literally horrified, screaming, and I'm like a mess. A mess. This was another time and space. This had nothing to do with the house and the bedroom I was sleeping in, or my child safely asleep in his crib. But I knew. Yeah. And then I was able to quiet myself a little bit. And I laid back down and I sort of fell into an uneasy sleep. And a figure came carrying my baby in this lifetime to me. And he just looked at me. He said, "Your child's going to be very sick." The next day, his father was supposed to be watching the baby and our other son while I was downstairs making breakfast. For some unknown reason, he put an 18-month-old toddler on top of a bunk bed, unattended, not watching him. The next day, I'm downstairs in the kitchen. I hear wham, and I hear my baby screaming. And I run up the steps. He is flat on his back, and he is screaming. And I'm like, what happened here? Oh, I put him up on the top. I'm like, are you mad? Are you crazy?
Yeah, of course, right? As a mother.
Yeah. So one thing followed, and the next day, this child was running 103 fever.
Yeah.
It triggered, it pushed the dynamic right up to the surface in his body. And we had to work that out together. That is when you get to the break in the bone.
Yeah.
And you deal with the break in the bone, the break in the soul. Yeah?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I know you do. I can see it on your face.
Yeah.
So you're doing it. And it's hard when other people you can't really talk about it to anybody else because they'll think you're bonkers.
Yeah, my partners gradually understand and so I think when you understand a bit better, then the close person beside you in the family understands a bit better,
You just do it. You follow that knowledge. If you can't talk about it, you can't talk about it, but that doesn't mean that you don't listen and you don't follow the knowledge because you're feeling it in your body and you know.
I can feel that he knows.
He knows.
Yeah.
Bravo for you. Bravo.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. That's amazing. Good for you.
Thank you. This is a great topic anyway. Thanks.
Good to speak with you. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you.